highly popular song at the time was by Frank Sinatra called High Hopes. Albert sang, and I was the little ant with the foil rubber tree plant around the stage. I don't think we won. But little did I know back then how pathetic that song was. It goes like this. Next time you're found with your chin on the ground, there's a lot to be learned, so look around. Just what makes that little old ant think he'll move that rubber tree plant? Anyone knows that ant can't move a rubber tree plant, but he's got high hopes. He's got high hopes. He's got high apple pie in the sky hopes. So anytime you're getting low, instead of letting go, just remember that ant. Oops, there goes another rubber tree plant. When troubles call and your back's to the wall, there's a lot to be learned. That wall could fall. Albert, we have persevered many hurdles in our lives, and we will persevere still. How proud I am to tell the world that you're my brother, and I love you. Suzanne.
Great, she's got him crying. Hello everyone, my name is Michael Gallant, if you don't know me. I am probably one of Albert's oldest friends, and I've been asked to speak today about Albert's creative formative years. They started the day we met. You see, when I first met Albert in middle school homeroom, he was not very creative or funny. Oh, sure, he played the clarinet, he played the piano, but like many great entertainers, all he needed was a great straight man. A muse. Lewis and Martin. Rossi and, AG and MG. It was in that 7th grade homeroom that started Albert on to decades of creative flair and genius. Now, I found Albert to be very funny, but he needed an outlet to show the world. So, as his mentor, we started off very slowly. First came the oral report on world religions, where we did a singing tribute we entitled, "I Left My Heart in the Land of Shinto." We got a B for content, but an A for presentation. Then came our oral report in biology on sponges, where Albert wrote the famous line, "In 20 years, we may not know all there is to know about sponges, but by then, who'll care?" We got a C on that one. The teacher had no sense of humor. But his creativity extended beyond just being a funny guy. Albert created and designed the wildly successful Heaven and Hell dance put on by Kaplan AZA. Wildly successful. In one room was only fast music, and in the other room was only slow music. And unfortunately for Albert, he could not get his date into heaven the whole night. And who could not forget his show-stopping performance as Ensign Pulver in Kaplan AZA's production of Mr. Roberts. A tour de force, said the TJP about his performance. The director of that play, the incomparable Estelle Myers, who unfortunately couldn't be with us today because of the weather, often clashed with Albert. These two creative geniuses fought often in rehearsal. Estelle changed one of Albert's lines in the play. The line originally was, "I'm up to my ass in lather." And she thought it would be more appropriate to change it to, "I'm up to my navel in lather." So Albert didn't like the change, so in the performance, he performed the line as, "I'm up to my navel in ass." Since that time, he's been labeled a bit of a diva. But it was then that Albert knew he had a future in Hollywood as a tour guide at Universal Studios. King. What was it Albert King? Was that his name? Alan King. Better than Alan King. His high school career ended with him and me writing all the captions for the pictures in the Hillcrest Panther yearbook. A stellar review by the Panther, the school newspaper, called it a gem for all ages. And to this day, I cannot figure out how Albert did not win funniest for our senior class. I think it was a Goyim thing. There are so many things we did since high school that were equally hilarious and creative. But for the most part, Albert trusted the force within himself and proceeded on his own to have one of the most prolific careers of anybody that came out of that seventh grade homeroom class. Even now, when faced with the most dreadful of circumstances, Albert has not lost his sense of humor. A couple of weeks ago, I was sitting in the kitchen with Albert and Maida, and I was leafing through one of Maida's recipe books, and I came upon a recipe. And I turned to Albert, I said, "Albert, do you like tongue?" And without missing a beat, he said, "It depends on what's on the other side." Always quick with a retort that makes you better. Albert, I like to think that I helped you become the creative virtuoso that you are today. But in actuality, you helped make me who I am today, and for that I am forever grateful. I love you.
Wow, good show so far, huh? Fun program. I don't know if Albert's friends from Hollywood and California are going to speak to this, but you know, when Albert went to California to be a screenwriter, he did get a nice job, and he actually wrote Laverne and Shirley's script. It was the, if you might remember the episode, where, what was it, Squiggy and, who was the other guy? Lenny and Squiggy had a three-way with Laverne. Shirley finds out, shoots Squiggy in the testicles. By the way, that was his only script that he ever had done by Laverne and Shirley. Anyway. Too much? Albert also has a musical production career. You may not be aware of this, but I want you to listen to something from the great year of 1974, produced by Albert Goodman, and soon we'll hear from his co-producer, Ronnie Rayfield. God willing.
This is Harold Hartzell on Wide Angle Sports World.
You turned it off. It's me for you. Sorry about that, folks. Hopefully it'll be worth it.
Hello, America. This is Harold Hartzell of Wide Angle Sports World. Speaking of streaking, the sport that has skyrocketed on college campuses from Spring to Sacramento. The most controversial, hotly discussed streaker to surface this season has been an incredible young man whose native tongue is quicker than his left, Benjamin Farina. Benji, congratulations, Benji. That was a scintillating streak. What does your team call itself? Your greatness is certainly a team effort. Who are your teammates? And may I ask, what makes Daniel such a great streaker? The world may wonder if this is an anachronism or a return to the Garden of Eden. Tell us, what is the concept behind streaking? What does a super streaking tell the authorities when they say you cannot streak? Confidential. Do you enjoy streaking with members of your own sex? You do. I can't understand it. This running from place to place naked. Why do you do it? Question. Supposing a streaker makes it from point A to point B and the door is locked. What do you say to that? And what do shocked bystanders have to say about your streaking? You have alluded to streaking with members of your own sex. Do you enjoy streaking with members of the opposite sex? Yes, I do. How in the world do you plan to cover yourself? Get down, get down. The lovely co-ed was recently apprehended by the campus police. Do you have any words of encouragement? Tell her I'm sorry. The naked truth. What have you derived from streaking? We enjoy fun. I understand streaking is a seasonal sport. What vocational endeavor do you pursue during the off-season? I am the morning DJ. Oh, well, Betty, do you prefer to streak with your own sex or members of the opposite sex? Yes, I do. Betty, I think you're a super athlete, an intelligent person, and a warm human being. And I hope you think the same of me. Yes, I do.
All right, let me bring Ronnie Rayfield up and give you a little background on this.
So after this event today, Albert and I will be doing autographs. We'll be selling our CDs. If you'd like to stop by and follow. Albert and I met in Sunday school. We went to different schools, but we became friends. Went off to different colleges, and after we graduated college, we both ended up back in Dallas. And Albert knew I had a strong interest in music, and he had a friend that worked